breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alert.
After investigation called Unbiased. There are a few people in Congress who have an intimidating reputation, and Trey Gowdy is one of them. In fact, he proved to everyone once again why he's called the bulldog after special counsel Robert Mueller's team was referred to as unbiased, and that's about that time Gowdy destroyed the entire narrative surrounding this bogus and costly investigation. The left has celebrated the creation of special counsel Mueller's investigation team from the very beginning, apparently thinking that it would eventually lead to President Donald Trump's demise. Too bad for them, that pipe dream is rapidly diminishing. Mueller's team is dropping like flies as they're being outed as nothing more than partisan hacks. For one, Peter Strzok, a top FBI agent on Mueller's team and a man personally involved in Hillary Clinton's investigation, was booted after emails he had sent his mistress were revealed to have very strong anti-Trump sentiments. Things were just made exponentially worse as it was exposed that Strzok's messages to his lover, Lisa Page, who also happened to be a senior FBI lawyer also working on the Mueller investigation, called Trump awful, a douche, and an idiot, and even spoke of needing an insurance policy should Trump become president. Later, in a text from August 15, 2016, Strzok tells Page, "I want to believe the path you threw out for consideration in Andy's office," an apparent reference to Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe, that there's no way he gets elected, but I'm afraid we can't take that risk. It's like an insurance policy in the unlikely event you die before you're 40. Source, CNN. Unfortunately for loony liberals who still think this crew has a shred of credibility left, they better think again. As it turns out, none other than Trey Gowdy let them have it. When Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein recently took part in a hearing before the House Judiciary Committee on Oversight, the old bulldog had some questions. When the topic of bias came up, all hell broke loose, and all it took Gowdy was one line to completely shred Rosenstein of any credibility that he had left while speaking about special counsel Mueller's unbiased team. "The reason we have special counsel is because of a conflict of interest," Gowdy began. "We don't like conflicts of interest because it undermines people's confidence in both the process and the result." He then dropped his bombshell about Mueller's team and conflicts of interest, saying that those on the team who are supposed to make sure there are no conflicts of interest seem to have a bit of their own. Gowdy walked through the various conflicts in the special counsel's investigation, including a prosecutor who sent a fawning email to a fact witness, a top investigator who sent pro-Hillary and anti-Trump text messages, a prosecutor who attended Hillary Clinton's election night party, and FBI officials with connections to Fusion GPS, the firm behind the infamous Trump dossier. Source, The Daily Caller. At this point, we're going on a year of this investigation, and Mueller has come up with nothing to prove any wrongdoing by President Donald Trump. In fact, a recent BizPac review report indicates that Mueller's set to close up his investigation pretty shortly since he can't find the non-existent evidence that he has been desperately seeking this entire time. Worse, the only wrongdoing to turn up seems to be that of the FBI and Mueller himself with his obviously biased team. Of course, liberals are upset that there's no proof of Russian collusion, but you'd have to be a moron to believe that this was the case in the first place. In the end, this entire conspiracy theory was nothing more than a sorry excuse for a pathetic woman who didn't want to admit she got her rear end handed to her in the election. In other words, this was all Hillary Clinton's coping mechanism to explain away her loss and cover her own dirty tracks. At this point, this investigation has gone so far off the rails that it's time to finally end it. Not only was it a joke and a witch hunt in the first place, but now, we're seeing undeniable proof that it was nothing more than a partisan hit job. When those who are tasked with taking part in an unbiased investigation reveal themselves to be nothing more than haters of those they're looking into, you can do one of two things: fire those found to be politically motivated or call off the thing altogether. At this point, it's looking like the latter will soon be the case, and what's best for the American people, since enough of our tax dollars and resources have been wasted. Share the story and leave a comment by clicking one of the buttons below. Follow us on Facebook at Mad World News.